Do you ever get the feeling that you're being watched? That your every move is somehow being observed? But by who? And for what reason? Strange occurrences have begun to happen, with cryptic messages and wild rumours circulating among the inhabitants of Tarkov. Something strange is out there. The first change that many people will notice is the new labs background on the splash screen in the main menu that features a security camera that will follow the player's mouse movements. I couldn't find the specific model, but it's a bullet type CCTV camera with the words Big Brother printed on the side and a logo. This is a new addition with 12.11 and a nice feature, but there has to be some deeper meaning behind it. In the days before the wipe, a letter was intercepted that appeared to be an order of ceasefire in Tarkov by the UNTAR High Command for the area. While in the real world this confirmed the wipe for us players, there was one curious and obvious detail in the letter: a QR code. When the code is scanned, instead of taking you to URL, it shows the Latin text: Veres in scientia est fortis, et oculus spectans Deus nobis, which when roughly translated reads: strength in science, knowledge is strong, the eye of God is watching us. This cryptic message was preceded by talk in online forums of quadcopter drones being spotted around the region through the fog, but I couldn't find any direct evidence of this. The only snippet of proof I could find was this clip from Deadly Slob.
The fuck was that noise? Dude, that was part of the game sound. What the fuck was that?
The evidence is shaky at best, but interesting nonetheless. For now, this is all the information I could find about the cameras or the message. So what can we make from all this? There are several theories that spring to mind. The most obvious Big Brother reference we can make is to the book 1984 by George Orwell, where Big Brother is the never-seen ideological head of an authoritarian state, where its citizens are always under surveillance, their every move being watched and severely punished for stepping out of line. An extension of this theme could be drawn from the TV series Big Brother, where the contestants were constantly watched for the whole time that they were on the show. Could the Tarkov conflict be some kind of sick and twisted entertainment for the masses, where fighters are routinely drugged and dropped into a war zone, all for entertainment purposes? This would certainly explain why I have to constantly go back and get that damn pocket watch. My personal theory is that there's some unseen entity watching over the goings on in Tarkov from behind the scenes. Perhaps it's the Black Division and remnants of Terror Group, eager to see the results of their research, and they're constantly monitoring the crisis in Tarkov and gathering data about how their combat drugs are performing. Through a sophisticated surveillance network, they constantly monitor the hundreds of battles and firefights to determine the effectiveness of their drugs. They may even pass the combat data on to the UN or other governments, for a price of course. This has always been my theory of what's happening in Tarkov. The combat drugs we see being used across the region are being tested. Our every interaction is being monitored by the very corporation that caused the conflict in the first place. Perhaps they even set the events in motion specifically for that reason, on purpose. If Terror Group was able to create and manipulate a conflict zone, they could potentially control battlefields across the globe. Super soldiers jacked up on military-grade stimulants that can think, act and kill with the highest efficiency. Scavs never stood a chance. Tarkov is just a test. From a lore perspective, this is all just speculation. Others have mentioned that they could be alluding to some kind of replay system, which would be really good for content creators as well, or that Nikita wants hackers to know that they're always being watched. But I like to think that BSG are finally starting to put some more effort into the background of Tarkov. Wouldn't it be great if that's the reason the traders knew that our headshot wasn't over 100 meters? Or that I was dehydrated for less than 5 minutes? It's because they were watching it all on live TV. After all is said and done, the cameras and message have to mean something. What do you think? Do you have a theory about the cameras? Let me know in the comments.